Finishing cattle on pasture would require substantially more time and a vast amount of grassland acres. Most beef cattle in Minnesota and throughout the U.S. are finished in a feedlot. Feedlot managers are always concerned about the care and well-being of their animals. Healthy, well-cared-for livestock produce a good economic return. Like other business enterprises, a feedlot needs to make money to keep its operation profitable and sustainable.
I love what I do every day because I'm able to work outside every day. We feed probably 6,000 to 7,000 cattle a year. We are a custom feedlot. We feed a lot of other people's cattle. We feed for all types of different clients. Clients that are cow-calf people, clients that run stock or grazer operations. Most of the cattle come from either Minnesota, Dakotas, or Montana. We would feed some eastern cattle. Right now we got some cattle in from Virginia, but most of our cattle come from the Dakotas or Montana or Minnesota.
Feedlot design is important for management and environmental reasons, and in Minnesota, these operations must also follow strict requirements to protect water quality. Nutrition is also very important to beef cattle. In some cases, nutrition consultants formulate the ration for optimum health and rate of gain. High-quality farm-raised corn, corn silage, and haylage is readily available. Other products like distiller's grain from ethanol plants are an ideal supplement. All products are weighed and carefully mixed to ensure a nutritious, well-balanced ration is fed every day.
Through the course of the time the cattle are here, whether it be 3 months or 7 to 9 months, the cattle will eat approximately 7 different rations. I'm going to make a finisher 2 load, which would be our second hottest ration. And I've got 2 pens to feed it to. Our ration consists of 5 ingredients: liquid supplement, dry corn, high moisture corn, our silage, and our ground hay. We have about 2,000 acres of crop ground. We raise corn, soybeans, and a little wheat. We'll chop about 150 to 200 acres of silage a year to meet our needs. We feed twice a day. Feed once in the morning and then once in the afternoon. Right now we feed about 7 loads of feed a day in the morning, and that changes with the amount of cattle we have on feed throughout the year.
When cattle reach their market weight, they are sold to a packing plant for processing.
We have 2 packers that come through once a week, and they come and they look at the cattle and they place bids on them, and then we make contact with the guys who own the cattle, tell them what we can get for a bid, and they will either decide that they want to sell them or maybe hold on for another week.
I think that's part of the success too, is working with the customer and helping understand what they want to get out of feeding their cattle here. Some customers want to be more hands-on when they bring their cattle in, and others maybe just start looking at it from a different perspective and give us kind of more, say, you guys handle more of it. So I think that's part of the success of the operation.
Feedlots all operate differently, but all must follow Minnesota's strict manure handling, storage, and application requirements. Feedlots can be outside, totally enclosed in a barn, or a combination of both. Manure is stored with clean bedding on the floor of the barns or in open pens on outside lots. It's removed as needed for the comfort of the cattle. Liquid manure is often stored in basins or concrete pits until it can be applied on farm fields. Producers must follow strict design standards for manure storage areas. Although manure storage basins or pits are quite costly, they offer an environmentally safe way to store manure until it can be applied to farm fields as fertilizer.
Manure is hauled out in the fields in the fall after the crop is taken off. We have a manure management plan that is implemented by the state of how much manure is applied to each field, and we try to work the manure into the field as soon as possible after application. There's setback rules that we follow that are regulated by the state. You have to stay so far back from streams and creeks and ditches, tile intakes, and all those rules are followed.
Minnesota has nearly 15,000 beef cattle operations, raising more than 400,000 cows and finishing nearly 300,000 cattle a year for market. The beef cattle industry in Minnesota has a significant economic impact. Each animal provides about $1,634 in economic activity. Minnesota cattle consume a large amount of our locally grown crops and provide employment for many of our rural neighbors. Feedlot producers and cow-calf ranchers take excellent care of their livestock. They provide fresh feed and clean water, utilize herd health programs, and provide comfortable surroundings. Their goal is to produce quality and affordable beef products that meet consumer demands.
I think being on a family farm, there's no better place to raise your kids. The values you can teach them, there's hands-on experiences that they can't get anywhere else, and I think that's something we both agree on and feel it's important, and to know where your food comes from and what you can give back to the land.
We have a job that affects everybody in the world.
Farming has definitely progressed and feeding cattle has progressed. I kind of think of when I'm sitting down with my friends maybe that aren't from the farm, and I see them eating a steak or a burger, and inside it makes you feel good knowing that we took great care to produce that food product that's sitting on that plate.